Hey guys, it's Cash, and today I'm going to be talking about MK beta in men and the normalization of sex for money on the internet. So I've talked a lot about MK beta in women, the sex kitten alters, sex kitten programming. I myself have experienced this type of programming, but today I'm going to talk about it in men. So for both genders, what this is meant to do is undermine a person's sense of individuality. So it's going to take this person's individual strengths and weaken them. It's also going to create vulnerabilities in both men and women that just may not have been there before. So a typical characteristic of this in men is lots of leopard print, obviously, but just basically an unnatural femininity in a man. So what this is supposed to do in a man is weaken them. So it's weakening the man's masculinity, where on the opposite end of the spectrum with women, it's going to make them more aggressive in nature. So it's having the opposite effect on each of the genders. So a big example today of MK beta mind control is Harry Styles gracing the cover of Vogue in a dress. I'll be honest, when I first saw it, I said, hey, good for Harry Styles finally coming out of the closet. But nope, turns out he's not gay. He's actually just another shill puppet for this Hollywood agenda that is being pushed. I mean, I just call it like I see it. And who better to tell you what is going on and the manipulation behind it than someone who is also a shill puppet used to further this toxic agenda. I obviously, in the sense of the sex industry, Harry Styles in the form of male heterosexual entertainment. So after seeing this, the internet blew up with opinions, and Candace Owens posted a rant explaining how she felt about the situation. And I did watch it. She got a lot of backlash for it, saying that it was homophobic. But I think that what she said is the thoughts of conservatives and anybody in a moderate stance. Like, what the hell are you doing standing in a field in a dress, Harry Styles? You know, when I saw that, I was very confused myself. And that is what the MK beta, it's designed to do. It's designed for this type of confusion. Nothing about Harry Styles standing in a field in a dress is artistic. It's very non-artistic. It's very sheepish in nature. So I think what Candace Owens is trying to say is she's just tired of the media and this pushing of these not normal things on to culture, onto society today. Because I don't care how you spin it, a heterosexual man standing in a field in a dress is not normal. Neither is a transsexual or a transgender person reading to children in a library. That is not normal behavior at all. And it's very frustrating for somebody who's raising children, or a heterosexual female that wants a manly man, that doesn't want a male in a dress. It's very frustrating for people today to have these things pushed on them, you know? So let me explain. So I'm probably the least homophobic person, okay? I lived in a neighborhood in Boys Town in Chicago for 2 years. I would go there after work, do my dancing queen, you know, but I was putting myself in that environment, okay? I'm seeing transsexuals, I'm seeing gay people, I'm seeing lesbians, okay? But I chose to put myself in that environment. That was something that I chose to do. Now, today, in today's culture, heterosexual men in dresses are being forced in people's faces. And a lot of people just are not comfortable with it. And it comes from a sense of comfortability. and I know being progressive is important, and we should not look down on anybody for being individual and unique, but it's not individual. Nothing about this speaks individuality to me. This is what's going on in the culture, and this is what he's doing on the cover of Vogue magazine. And the culture is trying to push people in this way, and as a heterosexual man, for him to be on the cover of such a popular magazine, there's nothing normal about it. There's nothing avant-garde about that. So I totally get where she's coming from in her anger on that situation. So next, we go to the rabbit hole, the YouTube rabbit hole of the Jake Paul, Logan Paul, that whole thing. So I've had some time over quarantine to view these videos. I brought myself up to 2020. Apparently this is what's in. So while on one hand, I understand they are very entertaining, it is very funny, so I do understand why they have such a big following. On another hand, I can see where these videos, where them being in the public eye, is going to be problematic in the future. And one of these things that is problematic is this dating for clout, marrying for content, just basically relationships faked on the internet for publicity, for money, for things like that. Children are watching this, and they are just getting the wrong idea about a lot of things. One of them being the Mike guy, he from the Night Shift or whatever, in the podcast that they have, he is dating Lana Rhoades, okay? Now, while I agree with them having porn stars on their show, how did they get into the industry, for what, and, asking them questions about it, basically taking them out of that objectified lens, and giving them a sense of humanity. I do agree with that. I do like that they're doing that. But on the same token, the fact that this Mike dude and Lana Rhoades are dating on this Night Shift, and it's just very not genuine to me, so somebody could be watching this and, they see this porn star, she had a sex career, obviously, fucking on camera, and she's dating this Jewish guy, living this life of luxury. And I just think a lot of people will be watching this and getting a false sense of what it actually is, because it doesn't always end up that way. For a lot of people. So not to mention, this guy made a breakup video just not too long ago. It generated 5 million views, and then after he made the breakup video, he probably realized, well, that's where most of my revenue is coming from, is guys coming on here and watching me with this girl, so they automatically got back together. And now they're back together, and it's just normalizing not only porn stars potentially having a normal, luxurious life after doing that, and the breakup, make up a breakup video, get back together. It's very toxic is what it is. And it's promoting that type of lifestyle and saying that basically that it's okay. And I just think that it goes to show you that in that world in LA, that you're only as good as the content that you can produce with somebody, which is extremely narcissistic. And, I'm sure the audience is young and they're going to be watching this, and they just need to know that that's not real life. That even though they are real people and it's supposed to look like it's real, that's just not how things work out. So, I don't know. There's nothing normal about it. And if you've been in this industry, it's very Jewish and exploitive is what it is. And that's just me being real. So I'm going to link the 2 videos that I made about this about a year ago down below. Tell you that I told you so. And just kidding. But as always, that's all I have to say for today. I hope that everybody has a wonderful day, and God bless.